It's Ricky Lopez up in this joint. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about, y'all need to be thankful I'm even doing this video because I am not the type of person that likes to admit my flaws. People around me are like, also notice that I really don't like to take full responsibility of most of the things I've done in life. I would say you can ask anyone and they would say the same thing, but I kind of already kind of cut those people off. So what I'm about to talk about is the biggest L I had ever taken in my entire life. And that was November 23rd, 2019, New Breed, Columbus. Oh wait, I'm not gonna tell you guys where I live. But basically I was competing and I lost all of my matches. So that's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about my L of November 23rd, 2019. Let me start from the beginning. So I've been competing. So the first competition that I've done, didn't get the results I wanted, but that was okay. It's the first one. Like I wasn't expecting, a whole lot. And then the second time I competed, I won double gold. And I was like, let's get it. Like I can't wait. Like up to the next competition. And so I so the way they had the so I signed up for this one in New Breed, and 2 weeks later, or excuse me, I had this one. I already signed up for this one, so like like weeks prior. Yeah, weeks prior. So I was literally like I was ready, and they had a division that was like the 150 to like 155 division, if I'm not mistaken. Or I can't believe, or maybe it was 145 to 155. But either way, I think the division that I used to compete for the last two competitions, ooh, I don't know. I think it was like 140 to 150. But anyway, either way, so at the time I was 150 pounds, and let's be honest, I was 150 skinny fat. I was not 150 muscle. Okay? I have a six pack right now. It's not a big six pack, but before the six pack, it was literally like a big giant gut. I did not look like a chubby person, but the but the scale said otherwise. So anyway, I went ahead and registered, and I was competing as like in the 150 weight division. Bad idea, cause I was out of shape. I wasn't that out of shape, but I was just out of shape. I don't care what anybody says. I did not look out of shape, but I was out of shape. So I went ahead and I was like same deal. So we went over to the competition. Um, so one of the worst things that I oh so one of the downfalls that have happened was that I slept in. I was I was literally like just watching music videos the night before, and I did not go to sleep till like 10:30. And the following day, we I woke up at like 5 a.m. Like I was up and ready at 5 a.m. Like I wasn't excited, but I was like pumped. And so we went over to the place, and while we were driving, I fell asleep in the car, but I immediately kind of woke up because the people that were taking me were my cousin and his girlfriend, and so they were blasting music at 6 a.m. while we were driving all the way into the venue, into like the convention center, and it was like, and I was doing my best to get some sleep with the music, so right off the bat, I did not get a good night rest for my competition. Even though I felt ready, I was not rested. So then we get there, and obviously, I got there, I weighed in, and I took the pre workout, and I was ready to go. And I took the pre workout, like I said, because it worked last time for my last competition. So I took my pre workout, and I basically was like, let's get it. And so it worked, but the problem was my techniques were not working. It was a disaster because all my techniques that I had planned out were not working. I was literally like, oh my god, this is not working. Like the fear was, and keep in mind, I was by myself. Okay, my cousin and his girlfriend done left. Okay, so I had no coach by my side. Which again, I didn't really care about that, but I was literally like, oh my gosh, like, oh no, like I don't like nothing is working. So keep in mind that this is Nogi, and the points that he got 2 points only because I pulled guard like a freaking idiot. And my goal was to pull guard, hip up sweep, get on mount. It did not work. It did not work. I can't remember if I got any points. I think it was a tie. I think it was a tie. So the very last minute, I got a knee on belly, but like I said, you need to get a knee on belly for 3 seconds. And so I got knee on belly, but it was literally only 1 second, and then the timer went off, and I was like, I won. I should win. Because I saw the scoreboard, and it was like, it was a tie, and I was like, I should win because that was a knee on belly right there, and I didn't win. And that was the first time I lost, and I really wanted to win. And I was crazy insane. Like I was, like if my instructor is watching this, don't get mad at me, but I was so angry to the point where the coach of my opponent tried to shake my hand, and I just kind of like an idiot, I just walked past by him with my eyes rolled over, and I was like, like that's how savage I was. That's how angry I was. And then I called up my instructor because I don't know, man. My head was screwed up. I just lost. Like I lost, and I just told him the whole thing, and he was like, you got this. Shake it off. Get ready for gi. And so I was like, ooh. Like, let's be honest. I've never been hit with a loss like that. In life, I'm like a winner. I don't take L's, okay? I wanted to get into college. I got into college. I wanted to, get into college doing, without having to take any standardized testing. I got into college without taking standardized testing. I wanted to get a job that wasn't fast food. I got a job that wasn't fast food. So basically, like everything that I wanted in life, I was getting. So I did not take any L's, point blank period. Okay, and that's just a fact. Like you can believe me or not, but I don't take L's. So whenever I whenever I lost, it was like, oh my gosh, I was confused. I was like, oh my gosh, like what is this feeling? Like this feeling is so unnatural to me because I don't lose like that. Like I just don't lose. I'm not a loser. So I don't know how to take this feeling in. So yeah, my instructor was like, shake it off, you got this, gi up and get ready for the gi matches. And at that point I was literally like shutting down. Not because of the upset results that I got, but because I was literally like getting tired. Like I was sleepy. Keep in mind, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I hardly could get any sleep on the ride, to the convention center, and then I didn't went to bed till like 10:30. My fault. So I was like, dear God, let this pre-workout, do the trick. And so I did, and it did work. I was more awake, but at the same time, it was just a hard feeling, man. Like I was awake, but I was still tired. Like my eyes were bloodshot. And so I did not want to compete. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the disaster. Like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm too tired for this. My eyes are literally like my eyes are like burning. They're like crying to go to, my eyes are literally like wanting to go to bed. Like, I want to go to bed right now. So, but like a champ, I went ahead and I did 2 matches and I lost both of my matches. I was just exhausted, and I don't know how obvious I could have made it, but in the videos that of my matches the two gi matches that I lost, I was dead inside. Like I was exhausted. So I was like, so after the two L's, I was like, I was angry. And this was a weird feeling because I don't get angry. Like, I don't take L's. I don't get angry. I don't, like, it was like a ton of emotions happening all at once, and I had no idea how to take it. Because, like I said, I don't take L's. So I literally grabbed my gym bag. Again, again, the coaches tried to shake my hand, but again, I just rolled my eyes and walked past both of them. So I was just like, again, like I was pissed. I was angry. And so, I called up my instructor, and, I let him know that, I wanted him to know from me that I lost and not from, like, from the website because they post the results online. And I did not want him to know. I wanted to be the one to tell him straight up. Like, I don't want you to find this out other than by me. So I hit him up and I told him all this stuff. And then, he gave me some words of wisdom. And some of the things that he said really sticks out to me to this day. But anyway, so after our little chat, I was literally like on the couch, on the convention center, like, I don't know how to process this feeling. I don't know how to process these losses. So I literally went to the restroom and I was literally like a crazy person. I was like, oh my gosh. I was staring myself in the mirror and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then when I first said those words, I don't want to do this anymore, something clicked in my head. Like, I feel like I have two personalities sometimes. There was that one personality that like that was inside of me that wanted to give up, and then there was another one that was like, hold up a minute, you're not gonna quit on me. And so that voice snapped once I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And keep in mind, this was in front of the mirror, so it's so cliche. So the other voice came into my head and was like, Ricky, you really gonna let this one bad day, ruin your entire, all those years of training and all those months of hard work? You're really gonna let that go just from one bad day? And I was like, hell no. Like, I did not come all this way into my jiu-jitsu journey to like, like, it's too, like, I made it this far. Like, it's too late to turn back now. Like, I can't just abandon everything that I like about the sport, and just because of this bad day. Like, so I was like, I need to be hardcore. I need to be hardcore. I need to be hardcore. And I was like, you know what? I need to be like one of those people that loses and like come back, stronger and better than before. That's what I got to do. So that was my new goal in life, was to come back from these L's. And yeah, so it was very difficult though. I ain't gonna lie. I was literally all up in my feelings. Like, for the record, I did not cry, if that's what you guys were wondering. I was literally like, what just happened? I just lost. That's the type of emotion I was going through. I was so disappointed because I literally had like a playlist of songs that I was gonna play, because I thought I was gonna win, and I couldn't play those songs anymore. And so it was a bad car ride home. Like, I was literally doing everything I was doing everything in my head to try to like, stay positive, because like I said, I don't know how to process losses. So, with that being said, I went and I trained even harder, and like I said, I trained even harder, and, it paid off. Eventually I got bronze. After getting the bronze, I realized that I need to cut weight. I can't be competing at 150 anymore. I'm 5'3". There should be no reason why I should be 150. So with the help of one of my training partners, which is, incredible, he helped me like lose 20 pounds. And so after I lost 20 pounds, I saw a major difference. Like, everybody saw that I was like, like, I got gains. I got a 6-pack. well, it's tiny 6-pack, but it's more of a 6-pack than what I had before. Like before I had a gut. So after I lost weight, that's when I started winning again. I got double gold, and I got a gold, and I got a silver. The silver was kind of crazy because that's a story for another time. But either way, point blank period, like I started making it to the podium. I started smoking people left and right as soon as I lost weight. So in all honesty, if I did not lost, I would have still been competing at 150. But because I lost, I was willing to look at myself in the mirror and be like, Ricky, you need to lose weight. So that's what I did. I lost weight. So yeah, man. So in fact, I was getting too good to the point where eventually I got my blue belt. So it's like, so it's all good. So yeah, woo. So eventually, that loss, it taught me a lot about myself. Like you don't realize how much, like I didn't realize how much of a sore loser I was until that day. But either way, I had more guts. The fact that I was even willing to compete, speaks louder for itself. So either way, I learned a lot about myself, and I learned that whenever I compete, I'm always like, all right, Ricky, you better win these matches because you don't want what happened in November. You don't want what happened on November 23rd to happen today. I literally always go back to this day whenever I compete. I'm like I'm ready. Like I better not lose like I did on November 23rd. Like November 23rd, Ricky, or whenever I get tired, literally, because my coach be putting me through intensive training. Something that always pushes me through is not only my music, but also November 23rd. Like, I literally look back, even to this day, I literally look back to November 23rd and think about all those losses that I took. And I was like, I don't want that ever happening again. I never want to go to a mat competition and leave without nothing. And so far, I kept my word. So far, every competition that I went to, I at least took home something. If it's not gold, it's silver. If it's not silver, it's bronze. But either way, I got more gold. Yeah, I got more gold than I do silver and bronze. So that says something. So yeah, the takeaway of this video is that don't let all these L's get in the way of, don't let it get into your head, okay? You gotta learn to allow certain things to go in your head, and you can't let the L's get into your mind and let it ruin everything for you. So that's all I gotta say, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.